Today, another frightening warning of how the left is trying to shut down debate and shut it down around the world. This is chilling. Elon Musk, the boss of Tesla and Twitter, or X now, today interviewed former President Donald Trump for more than 2 hours on X, which is actually perfectly normal given that Trump is running for election again in November. But these are not normal times. And that's not just because the other candidate, Kamala Harris of the left, has refused to give one single press conference or interview with a journalist in the 3 weeks she's been the Democrats' candidate. She's an airhead and scared of being exposed. But it seems some in the left don't want voters to hear from Donald Trump either. In fact, they didn't want the world to hear him today. For a start, the interview with Elon Musk was delayed for more than half an hour when X was allegedly hit by a cyber attack, according to Musk.
We unfortunately had a massive distributed denial of service attack against our servers, and saturated all of our data lines. As this massive attack illustrates, there's a lot of opposition to people just hearing what President Trump has to say.
But there was more. A commissioner of the European Union, Thierry Breton, also wrote a letter to Musk ahead of the interview warning that the European Union now had laws against so-called misinformation on social media and could punish X for having Trump say what they didn't like. And this commissioner said, "We are monitoring the potential risks in the EU associated with the dissemination of content that may incite violence, hate and racism, including debates and interviews in the context of elections," which means that Europe can smash X with massive fines for having Trump say his piece. It can smash X for, it can smash some of us right here for having our say on X. Can you believe that? But in this particular case, that's Europe's political class trying to interfere with free speech and an election in the United States. And Musk's reply to that impertinent commissioner was short, sharp and rude, and justifiably rude, to F off. But even more extraordinary in some ways was to watch a senior reporter of the Washington Post, part of the White House press corps, Washington Posters of the left, seriously asked President Joe Biden's spokesman if the president would do something, anything, to shut down Trump's interview as well. And that spokesman did not once say, "Are you mad? Censoring a presidential candidate? What about free speech?" What has America come to when this is a serious exchange in the White House?
Elon Musk is slated to interview Donald Trump tonight on X. I don't know if the president is going to tune in. Feel free to say if he is or not. But I think that misinformation on Twitter is not just a campaign issue. It's a America issue. What role does the White House or the president have in sort of stopping that, or stopping the spread of that, or sort of intervening in that?
You've heard us talk about this many times from here, about the responsibilities that social media platforms have.
Disgusting. Now, that's what finally did get to air, or to X. Well, the conversation between Musk and Trump was actually fairly unremarkable. They're both fans of each other. Trump talked for a long time about getting shot, about Biden and Kamala Harris letting in more than 10 million illegal immigrants, about needing the US to now finally stand strong again against hard men like Putin and Xi Jinping and Kim Jong-un. They didn't quite see eye to eye about global warming. That was interesting. And Trump did make this promise: missile defense around all America.
One of the things we're going to do is we're going to build an Iron Dome over us. Israel has it. We're going to have the best Iron Dome in the world. We need it. And we're going to make it all in the United States.
Now, look, there was a bit of bluster from Trump, and it was basically uncontroversial but informative, which is critical in an election, an interview like that. But the thought that such an interview would cause that much alarm in the left, which would cause some to try to blow up X's service to stop it, reporters to question how can the president stop it, tells you everything about where we're going in the West. And it's one more reason that I hope Trump does win the election. Not so much because he's fantastic, but because those who are trying to silence him, not only, get him jailed and shot and shunned or smeared on fake collusion claims, but now gagged, that they would stoop to that evil.
Who are the fascists? Who are the socialists? Who are the true threats to democracy? Who wants to ban free speech? Who wants to silence and imprison their political opposition? This election is not about Trump versus Harris. It's a contest between constitutional republicanism and communism, and whether the American republic will survive.